Dear webinar viewers, welcome to this special session on digital well solutions presented by Norwegian Energy Partners. This is a pre-recorded session without the opportunity for the viewers to ask questions. However, we have been successful in bringing in an expert, Aslan Mohammed, heads Well Engineering Systems, Well Center of Excellence Petronas. Aslan will do the Q&A after each presentation. Aslan, can you say hello and say a few words about your work in Petronas?
Hi, good morning to all. My name is Aslan Mohammed. As per mentioned, I'm currently head of Well Engineering System for Petronas Carigali. I'm looking after all the application in Petronas globally. Next to you, Pete.
So a few introductory words. Drilling and well services present a major share of operations expenditure, both for well construction as well in life of field operations. Studies by McKinsey and Rystad has shown that there are significant financial impact utilizing digital solutions, in particular in well-related activities, such as optimizing well operations using real-time data, monitoring and root cause analysis to prevent incidents, advanced analytics solutions to improve, simplify and standardize well processes, data management with and across all stages of the drilling and well process to reduce manual work and increase potential for automation. In this session, we have 4 innovative Norwegian companies that will present their part of digital well solutions, namely Kongsberg Digital, talking about enabling real-time data for advanced analytics by Mr. Dismas Bismo. We have e-drilling, Mrs. Kenza Lahu, addressing how artificial intelligence, machine learning, and predictive analytics optimize well construction. We have Mats Hermansen, Exebenus, addressing digital operations procedures, practical applications. And last but not least, Glenn Ole Kosa from Kelda, talking about hydraulic influx tracking, real-time monitoring, the integrity of the mud barrier. Mats is going to talk about digital operations, operating procedures, practical applications. Mats, please.
Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot, Per, and thank you to the OTC organization, NORWEP, and Mr. Aslan Mohammed for the opportunity to be part of this panel session and present our thoughts and views around digital well solutions. So first, a few words about Exebenus. So we are a Norwegian software company specializing in 2 main areas. So one is digital operating procedures, and the other one is machine learning for early prediction of stuck pipe. My presentation today will be focused on the digitalization of operating procedures or standard instruction for drillers, SIDs, or plan of action, POAs. You know, this baby has many names, but it all relates to the detailed procedures and instructions on how to execute the planned activities during your operation. So if we start by looking at the situation today, we know there's a lot of initiatives go on how to digitalize well planning in order to improve efficiency and quality. The same goes for new digital technologies in the operation phase with advanced analytics, real-time modeling, and drilling automation as examples. But still, the handover and bridge between planning to operation is today a very manual process. So most operators are using Microsoft Excel or Word and printed PDFs to create and manage these procedures. The normal way to do this is by copy and paste a procedure from a previous well that has not been updated with the latest information and knowledge, meaning that the mistakes from the previous operations that could have been avoided with an updated procedures are repeated, and in worst case, causing NPT. So this is what the drillers are using today. It's a rich text static PDF document sitting on his clipboard in the driller's cabin, meaning that any operational deviations from the plan will not be highlighted. And as you can see from this picture, this is a very important document. If the information in this document is not correct or it's outdated, Well, the driller will do what he thinks is needed based on his knowledge and ability. So if we zoom in and take a closer look at the content of the procedure, this rich text document is an unstructured mix of procedure steps, activities, and parameters, together maybe with some risks, checklist, and even some lessons learned and best practices. And as I already mentioned, this is very often a result of a copy and paste from a previous operation, which again leaves room for missing or wrong information. In the digital solution, we have broken down the procedure into elements. We have then digitalized each of these elements and made links between them. We have also standardized the language used to describe the activities, function, tasks, and parameters. And maybe most important of all, this is all happening automatically as you combine these different digital elements. It's actually very similar to what the airline is doing when they prepare your ticket, you know, with the information they have and use when they check you in. So what are the benefits that this digital procedure is bringing you? Well, first of all, it saves engineers time because they don't have to mess with the formatting issues that you often encounter with, you know, using Word or Excel. It will also give you the benefit of having a standard language across all your operation, no matter what type of operation it is, or you know where the operation is going on, the location of it. And of course, this makes the support and advice easier, for example, from an RTOC. The digital solution will also give you a consistent structure and layout, making the collaboration and handover between different teams and crews easier. And it ensures that the data and information in the procedure is always up to date, including insights as lessons learned and best practices. And the content of the procedure is QC'd. The insights, as we call them, meaning lessons learned, best practices, risks, and checks, are automatically tagged to the correct element within the operation. This element could be a well, wellbore, rig, tool, could be a formation, a procedure step, and more. This means that you don't have to worry whether or not the latest information is available. It's automatically updated and included, meaning that any relevant insights tagged to, for example, a tool will automatically be included every time you use that specific tool in a procedure. The system is also flexible enough to support changes on the fly, and you can include pre-approved backup or contingency plans. And we all know that the plan we go in with is often not what actually gets executed. This example you see here is from a procedure in operation where a prepared and approved contingency plan is available in a specific procedure step. This can of course also be associated with a specific risk or any other insights that you have available here. To get a complete overview of the status of your procedures, both the ones that are in planning phase and those in operation, you can use the updated dashboard. And you can actually have one dashboard for management, which will show you the overall status. And you can have one dashboard for each engineer, so they can see the status on their work tasks. It will also give you easy access to any recently added information at any given time. So let's look at how this digital procedure or instruction will be utilized during operation. So once the procedure is approved and the operation starts, we connect it to your real-time WXML feed and compare the planned parameters and time with actuals. With this, we can measure start and stop times, durations, depth, and warn of deviation from plan, which help you catch potential problems, allowing also the crew to react and correct deviations and prevent unwanted NPT. In this short video sequence, you can see some green tick-off symbols, which means the activity was performed according to plan. The yellow explanation marks shows a deviation versus plan. And you can also see how the comment feature is used for collaboration during the operation. After the operation is completed, we will have a detailed activity breakdown with the information mentioned, including comments and any new or updated lessons learned, best practices, risks, etc. And by using our API, we can also make this data available for any KPIs, benchmarking, and end-of-well reporting. And you can also populate the daily drilling report, and by that, eliminating a lot of the manual data entry required and in use today. So, in conclusion, this validated digital operating procedure is bridging the gap between planning and operation. It will provide you with procedures that are easy to make and easy to update, saving you time and increase your overall efficiency. The procedures are also easy to understand and act on. And again, this will help you to improve the interaction between the office and the rig. It's obviously eliminating the cut and paste activities that is happening today, and it will give you better consistency and standardization. And as I mentioned, once you go live or into operation, it will warn you of any deviation from plan in real time. And lastly, it's automatically including learnings and knowledge with up-to-date insights. At the end, let's also have a quick look at how this fits in with the drilling automation strategy. The industry is clearly moving towards an automation for various reasons. This could be improved consistency and efficiency, lower HSE incidents by reducing people on board and human errors, and well construction cost savings. If we are ever going to reach full automation, the industry is going to need a medium that allows operators with the necessary knowledge about how to construct the well to communicate with the drilling control system. And this is where the digital operating procedure or a digital SID will play a role. Once we take that first step to digitalize the procedures, like we talked about today, the procedures will be both human and machine readable, something that is obviously not possible with the rich text format procedures that are being used today. So that concludes my portion of the presentation today. Again, highly appreciate the opportunity to present, and thank you for your attention.
Aslan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Matt. I think good presentation. I have two questions for you. My first question will be, there are a clear benefit of digital operation procedure. Nonetheless, data input seems to be a lot compared to the manual procedure. How actually Exebenus Pulse resolve the multiple or repetitive data input on each procedure?
Yeah, thanks Aslan. So the solution is coming with a library that is already, pre-filled with a lot of the generic data. That could be tools, procedures, steps, etc. And we have also import functions so that you can import, for instance, insights, your lessons learned, your existing best practices, your risks, your checks, etc. from existing databases. Or we can even do it from Excel spreadsheets. But the starting point for an engineer will be to build a new procedure or SID from a template. And these templates are pre-approved and they consist most of the information that you need. So the starting point for the engineer is very quick and easy. If there are data missing in these templates, it is also easy to add this new data or new information that is required. And that can be done either by the engineer, or it could even be by a third-party vendor, a service provider, for instance. But I think the main point here is that you will have all the data and all this information in your company already. The problem today is that it's spread in a lot of different systems. So one of the benefits of having a digital procedure like this is that you know, we are providing you access to all of this information, and we have made the links between the different elements, so you have it in one common library.
Okay, thank you, Matt. My second question will be, for your validation and also tracking functionalities, it require real-time connection between your application and also real-time data aggregation.
Yeah.
What are the minimum data frequency requirement, and what are the data formats supported by Exebenus Pulse?
Yeah, the data frequency, you know, it varies, but we say, you know, we would prefer 5-second data, and we are using the WITSML standard for everything we do. Obviously, there are some activities that are not instrumented, meaning that then we also have a manual verification of activities available in the system. So, but for the ones where you have real-time data available, we are using WITSML, and we can do the automatic validation.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mats. We are now coming to a close of this webinar on digital wealth solutions. First, I want to say thank you to Aslan for moderating. I think it was done in an excellent manner. I hope you have enjoyed this short session and that you have picked up some learning points into your day-to-day business. Webinars have a short format and shorter than web seminars, and you have not had the opportunity to ask questions to the presenters. So make your screenshot here if you want to take contact with them. Normally, NORWEP has a session at each OTC Asia. Hopefully, we will meet you again there, on stage, in real world in 2022. Until then, stay safe, and thank you for participating.